Alright, Peace to the 12. This video is going to be titled, I don't know, what the Joker represents. It's basically going to be an analysis on the Joker as well as the clown archetype. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, you see, this is the Joker, also played by other roles by Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson. What's this man named? Jared Leto. You know, he has he's played by many people, but we're going to go into what he represents, man. And hopefully, you brothers will see what I see. All right, let's get it. All right. So, first we're going to deal with the hints that are within the movie, man. All right, there's some hints that the Joker has some complications around children. I'll put it like that. You know, I had a brother tell me, or I had a brother mention this to me, and I seen it after he told me, but we're gonna go through it. All right. So there are scenes throughout this entire movie of the Joker having a child predator vibes, man. You know, that you might not have seen watching the movie. Let's run through this clip. I'm gonna show 3 different scenes. All right. All right, now let me pause this real quick. For those of y'all that don't know, in this scene, the Joker is dancing at a children's hospital, right? And he's dancing as a clown. And what's about to happen is something's going to fall out of his pocket, and that's going to represent something. So let's get it. Stop your feet, stop your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stop your feet. If you're happy and you know it. Y'all see that? Let me rewind that. You see that? He dropped a gun. He dropped a gun at a children's hospital. All right. Now we're gonna go over that shortly and what that represents, man. But notice, every time that the Joker in this movie is in proximity with children, things go awry. Things get awkward. All right, and the adults around him are what you would call disturbed. All right. See, he dropped a pistol. And then, what did he do? What did he do? Let me go back. What did he do here? When he dropped the pistol, he covered up his robe as if he had revealed a body part. You see that? Like he had let it slip out. And now he's hiding it.
Wait, please. I love this job.
And then he got fired. All right, but you know that's not the point of this clip. I don't really care. You know, you guys can watch the movie for yourself. Now remember that. Remember he dropped a gun. All right. You know, remember that. And then he covered up his coat. He covered up his coat like it was like he was naked, man. Now, remember that. He dropped a pistol. Now look at this. 30 plus slang words for guns. All right. See that? It says 30. Hold on. 30 plus slang words for guns. All right. So let's get it. It's one I'm looking for in particular. Rod. All right. All right. Rod. It says a U.S. slang term or word for pistols. All right. Example, the sheriff was obviously carrying a rod around and made a point of making sure everyone saw it. Another example is, well, I'll get into that in a minute. But remember, it says rod. Now watch this. Rod, a slang word. Let me make sure y'all can read it. Rod, a slang word for penis. U.S. slang name for pistol. Short for hot rod. So the rod can also be associated with a male reproductive organ. All right. You see that? You know. And we're gonna get some more of that. What's another thing? If you guys who listen to hip hop, you know that not only they call guns rod, they also call guns poles. You know, like in Chicago. For those of you that are from Chicago, so certain people in Chicago call guns poles. Now watch this. Pole, a slang term for a fire. Make sure you can see it. Pole, a slang term for firearm, gun, pistol. All right. A verb for really majestic sex. All right. Now let's get it. So remember that. Now let's get this. Look at this. Pole. Definition of pole. Having an uncircumcised penis. Joystick. Stiffy. All right. What does a stiffy mean, you know? And what you would call an erect phallus. So going back to this video, let's get back to it. Back to the video. When he was dancing in front of kids, what happened? His pole, also known as his pistol, the rod slipped out. And what did he do? Watch. What did he do? He covered it in the jacket. What those people call that you know, like they run around in public, streakers, I believe, where they run around with the coat, the trench coat, and then they remove the trench coat to reveal themselves naked. And that's what he did, man. All right, now some of you might say, you reaching. You know, what are you talking about? But we're going to get some more videos. Notice, this was uncomfortable as hell. All right. So, let's get some more. This is another scene. This is a scene for when the Joker was, you know, when he was on the bus and he was allegedly playing with the kid on the bus. And once again, notice, the adult is going to be uncomfortable around him. All right. And you see, hold on, let me pause this real quick. As you can see in this clip right here, he's playing with the kid, right? He's doing little magic tricks like, now you see me, now you don't, peekaboo, that type of stuff. Which I'm gonna touch on that in a minute, man. I'm gonna touch on that in a minute. Now remember the hospital scene as well. Alright. But he's doing little tricks with the kid.
Please stop bothering my kid.
And look, the mother says, stop bothering my kid. She's uncomfortable around him, man.
I wasn't bothering.
Just stop.
Alright. Now, when I first watched this film, you know, I was like, oh man, you know, that it's just, you know, they're just hating on the kid. Or they just hating on the Joker, right? Or as he's called, Arthur Fleck in this movie. They're just hating on Arthur, you know, that he's just down bad and stuff. But no. Alright, it's an allusion to him not being trustworthy in front of kids. And we're going to get some more into that. Because like I said, this video is going to be about what the clown represents. Alright.
Don't you think that's funny?
You know, there's really no point in the rest of this. But once again, she was uncomfortable. Now we're going to get one more kid scene. And then we're going to touch on a real life person that did pretty much very similar things. Very similar things. And also we're going to touch on how they have some sexual innuendos in the scene. All right, so here we go. See if you can see it. All right, and in this scene, for those of you who have not seen the movie, he's going to meet Bruce Wayne as a child. Now watch this. He has the wand, right? All right, he points it. Now check this out. Check this out, man. Now look here. When he gave his wand to Bruce, the child, when he gave his wand to this child, look, it became limp. You know, this is some sick shit. Now look, it became limp. Now watch. It's limp in the boy's hands right now. He gets it back. He points it. Look at that. Now it's completely, you know, stretched, elongated. And he's doing tricks once again. What came out? Flowers. All right. What people give flowers to people they're interested in. You know, yeah, you know, some people get flowers for their mother, but for this instance, you know, people give their flowers to somebody they like. And then he gets behind the barrier of the fence, right? Speaking to the kid.
I'm Bruce. I'm Arthur.
Now look at this, man. This scene even looks kind of off as hell, man. But watch. But watch, man. Just like, once again, what's going to happen? It's going to have a sense of uncomfort. Look at this.
Bruce!
Get away from that man.
It's okay, I'm a good guy.
What are you doing? Who are you?
You see that?
Mr. Wayne.
Well, you shouldn't be speaking to his son.
Look at that. Let me get that back. He said what? You shouldn't be speaking to this son.
Mr. Wayne.
Well, you shouldn't be speaking to his son. Why did you give him these flowers?
No, they're not real.
And what did he say? Why did you give him these flowers, man? You know, like I said, man, we're going to touch on it.
Magic. I'm just trying to make him smile.
Well, it's not funny, is it? Do I need to call the police?
Do I need to call the police? You see that, man? Once again, all the adults are uncomfortable. And every time Arthur is around children.
Please. My mother's name is Penny. Penny Fleck. She used to work here years ago. Can you please tell Mr. Wayne I need to see him?
You're her son.
Yeah. Did you know her? I know about the two of them. She told me everything.
Yeah, I don't really want to get into that part. That's not important. Point is, once again, man, uncomfortable around children. Now, we're going to touch on somebody that was like that in real life. All right, but first, remember the scene when he was dancing in the hospital and the gun came out. And as I told you, that gun represents something else. But we're going to touch on that through a real historical person. All right, where is it at? This man. We're going to talk about this man right here. This man's name, for those of you that don't know, this man is John Wayne Gacy. All right. All right, John Wayne Gacy. Well, Let's scroll down. Hopefully you can see it. All right. John Wayne Gacy was an American serial killer and sex offender known as the Killer Clown. All right. Known as the Killer Clown. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right. Who assaulted and murdered at least 33 young men and boys. All right. Gacy regularly performed at. Pay attention. This is very important. Gacy regularly performed at children's hospitals and charitable events as Pogo the Clown or Patches the Clown. All right, look at that. So John Wayne Gacy was a serial killer. He regularly performed at children's hospitals. All right, and he was a sex offender. All right, remember all that. Now remember, in the movie, it says, even when you look at the title of the scene, it says Joker, hospital dance with a gun scene. All right. So clearly they made allusions. Oh, forgive me. Clearly they made allusions to Arthur Fleck, the Joker, and John Wayne Gacy. All right, clearly. All right. Now let's scroll down. Let's scroll down. I want to get a certain part. Bear with me. I'm going to find it. This is what he looked like in those children's hospitals. He looked like a clown, man. You see that? You see how he has his lips? All right. That's the same exact way that the Joker has his lips. All right. So clearly there's an allusion to the man. And once again, going back to John Wayne Gacy. Going back to John Wayne Gacy, he was a clown that performed at children's hospitals and was a serial killer. All right. As well as a sex offender who targeted young men and boys. All right, that's the point. Now look, now remember, let's go back for a second. Where are we at? Forgive me. Remember when they was on the bus? When they was on the bus and he was doing magic tricks in front of the young black child. And, you know, the peekaboo and all of that. All right, let's come back here. Remember that. It says this. I'll read it. See, if y'all can't read it, y'all can follow along me reading. It says, according to Gacy, he committed all of his murders inside his ranch house near Norwich. All right. Forgive me, I lost my place. Oh, a village of Norwood Park Township, metropolitan Chicago, Illinois. Typically, he would lure a victim to his home, dupe him into donning handcuffs on the pretext of demonstrating a magic trick. So he would lure people in through using magic tricks. All right. Then rape and torture his captive before killing him by either asphyxiation or strangulation with a garrote. 26 victims were buried in the crawl space of his home, and 3 others were buried elsewhere on his property. 4 were discarded in the Des Plaines River. All right. And once again, he targeted young men and children. All right. That's what I wanted. So that's one aspect of the Joker. So that's going back. That's one aspect as to what the Joker, really the clown character archetype, represents. All right. But now we're going to deal with even more aspects of what the clown represents. Actually, you know what? No, no, we'll get that in a minute. But we're gonna deal with what else the clown represents. Let's read on. All right. Also notice in the scene when the Joker met Bruce, he's behind the bars. All right, he's behind. You know, there's a barrier in between. All right, and he has a red nose signifying that he's a clown. This scene is similar to another scene to another movie, which is known as It. When Georgie meets Pennywise.
Yes.
Another clown.
Meet Georgie. Georgie, meet Pennywise. Now we aren't strangers, are we?
So once again, and just like and Pennywise introduced himself to the child in the same way that Arthur introduced himself to Bruce Wayne. Now once again, it's a barrier in between him, you know, except for Joker was a gate and him it's the sewer.
I'm not supposed to take stuff from strangers.
Oh, well, I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown.
And he said the dancing clown. We're going to touch on that in a minute. All right, but I just wanted to include that little scene. All right, once again, behind the bars, behind the sewers. All right, so now remember, he was the dancing clown. All right, remember that's what Pennywise just said. I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown. Now, most of y'all remember. Damn ads, man. 1 second. All right, we back. Now remember, actually I'm gonna mute this shit because I already know they're gonna flag the video for playing this garbage. Where's it at? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute this shit real quick. All right. So as you can see, the Joker he's about to start dancing. I'm actually gonna go ahead and skip to that part. Over here. Once he's in his clown attire, he's dancing down the stairs. You know. You see that? You know. This is one of the most memorable scenes in the movie. He was dancing a lot. You know, the point is made. I don't really gotta show the whole damn clip. But, you know, when I go back, he actually does it twice. You see this? It says Joker. It says Joker bathroom dance scene. Alright. Gotta straighten that up. Let's see where we get it to. When he's in the bathroom, he's dancing as well. Anyway, point is, it's even titled Joker Bathroom Dance Scene. Alright, now we're going to go back to the volume up just in case I got to watch something else. But that go back to what Pennywise said, what? He said, I'm Pennywise the dancing clown.
Pennywise? Yes, meet Georgie. Georgie, meet Pennywise. Now we aren't Pennywise, the dancing clown.
You see that? I'm Pennywise the dancing clown. You see that? So clearly the clown archetype, you know, it's affiliated with dance as well as communication with children. All right. All right. So that's John Wayne Gacy. Now when we go here to It. All right, the character of It. Once again, the clown with the red nose. Notice something. When Joker was with the children, what did he have? A red nose. Specifically when he was talking to Bruce Wayne, you see that? He has the red nose. All right. It has the red nose. The clown Pennywise. But anyway, I just wanted to include this little segment. It says the shape shift. We're going to go into that in a minute. But shape shift, Pennywise, the dancing clown. All right. So once again, that's why the Joker was dancing. He's a shape-shifting monster. All right. From the dancing clown. All right, but it has a preference for children, since their fears are easier to interpret and adults are harder to scare. All right. It can manipulate people with weaker wills, making them indifferent to the horrific events that unfold or even serve as accomplices. So this is what he does as a clown, you know. Now let's deal with the clown entity, man. Let's deal with the entity of the clown, all right? This is, I believe how you pronounce it. Well, hold on. This entity right here is known as Heyoka. Right? It's a quote-unquote deity, false deity, really. But anyway, let's read into this. All right, this is the clown deity. It says the Heyoka, also spelled Hawaka, Heyoka, is a kind of sacred clown in the culture of the Sioux, Lakota, and Dakota people of the Great Plains of North America. The Heyoka is a contrarian jester and Satanist. What does that say? Satirist. Who speaks, moves, and reacts in the opposite fashion to the people around them. Only those having visions of the thunder beings of the West and who are recognized as such by the community can take on the ceremonial role of the Heyoka. All right. See if I can find some more information. I'll pause it till I get there.